Welcome, boys and girls. I'm Sakuba Winters, and today we are here to talk about Final Fantasy XIV's live letter for patch 7.2. This is live letter 85, as you finally get some information on the new upcoming content in patch 7.2. First, start off with our key art that we have. This patch will be called Seekers of Eternity. And we will be getting this patch late March, as most people were guessing, probably the 27th, everyone's guessing on. So, with this, we have some kind of inklings. It looks like mostly from MSQ. Sometimes it can be like the trial series and other side content, which we will be talking about, which did show off. We do have a person here. We have a new person who's looks like he's got something to do with the Alexandria stuff. I think he's the guy making the regulars and whatnot. He's definitely got something, an IV or something coming out of his neck. They do show a screenshot, but they don't really show much. We have Speen, most likely evil Speen. Wook Lamont, who looks like just realized that that wasn't a fart, but not the best face. Warrior of Light, and I think some Arcadian stuff. I don't think there's any art. Oh, this might be for Crescent Island, or Colt Crescent. Because there is a turtle thing, but it might be Arcadian stuff as well. But as we go through, we will be starting off with the MSQ, which we have just a few screenshots. I mean, obviously they're not going to go into much detail on this. We got Y'shtola, and we got Wook Lamont in a... not sure what building they're in. Now that I think about it. And we have Kryl in Grahatia here. Again, just talking. Looks like this is like the back room area, I think. Get Speen and Wook Lamont. This is probably good Wook Lamont, or good Speen. Which we did see that there is a 2 Speens now. And this is the other guy, and I think this might be the regulators or some other thing regarding with the preservation people, because there was some group that was dealing with the preservation, which we found out with the final dungeons in Dawn Trail. So moving on from MSQ, we have our second beast tribe, which this will be the Gathering Beast Tribe, which will have the Mammal Jaw, which hopefully this comes with a new teleport, similar to how we have with the first one, mainly near the just the bottom left part of the map. It's too open, somewhere near the 24-man raid area. Because that would be very great, because Yoctel's area is so terrible. It just needs a second or third Aetheryte to make things a bit easier. We have a Aura who's going to be... we're going to be helping those. Going to be helping her, helping the Mammal Jaw do something. We have the... I don't know what these are called. But aren't these not a mount we already have? You know what? These might not. I think there is a rhino thing we got from the gemstone mount. I'm not sure if that's the same mount or not. Because, I mean, if it's not, well, there's your mount. I mean, they've been riding those since the Realm Reborn. And, we gotta finally get one ourselves. Though it probably has a nifty harness or a saddle or something. And then we have more Inconceivably Further Hildebrand Adventures, as this will be much more lengthier. Usually they start off with like a very small scene, which we got in 7.1. This will be much more involved, which they will definitely be dealing with the film noir setup they have going, which, if he is actually now 50 years old, I am curious of how do they plan on de-aging him, as I also didn't realize he was only in his 20s. He just, well, I guess that one's in his 50s, but I would have thought he would be like maybe younger 30s, but I guess 20s is fine. And we also have a new Corn Servant side quest. So everybody thought, everybody said that the Corn Servant was very, very cute and very nice. So naturally, the dev team thought, you know, more Corn Servant. So, probably a quest or two. Don't know if we're gonna get anything. I mean, it's not like we're gonna get another minion. Unless like a corn hat or something. So, it is that time. We got a new raid tier. So we got new Alien Tomestones. So, this one's simple. We will get new cap tomestones. The old cap tomestones will now be uncapped. And the cap tomestones we have now will go away. And anything you could get with those, you get with hunt seals. So it's really that simple. It's just new cap tomestones. Also, you can trade them in at Mordona at usually a 25 or 50% rate. Maybe a third. I actually forgot what percentage. We get duty support for the Sunken Temple of Quarn. So, as they have been, but they did say last patch that they were going to be doing all the duty supports for all the non-main scenario quest dungeons. They're just going to do one at a time. And they did Halatali last patch, and this one is Sunken Temple of Quarn. So it's mainly going to be just like a handful more of the Realm Reborn ones. There should be one Dust Vigil for Heaven's Ward, and let's see if I can pronounce it right. Susui of the Violet Tides for Shadowbringers. Stormblood, that one. That should be it. They should finally be done with that. But they got to go through all of the Realm Reborn side dungeons first. Got PvP update. A new PvP Series 8 begins. So it didn't show off what items we'll get. That'll probably be like right before the patch, when they do like the little special site. But even then, they won't show like what new mount goes to what content. So we did get PvP action adjustments. Several new PvP actions added, so I'm not really sure what that entails. We did actually get some classes got like one or two new skills with the last patch, so we might get a few more. And also, Back from the Dead, Frontline Secure, Battleground Ruins is finally back. So we have the little teleporter jump things at, I think it's at your base, to hopefully help you get back to, possibly get to the more vertical place where you had, wait, let me find, yeah, you gotta go up here. Oh yeah, so that's probably your base, which may also be a jump pad, because it has the little things where, like, if you step on that, if you ever did any of the binding coil raids, they had those. So this might let you jump from there and just go phew, and like hopefully get around here. So we'll be contesting the nodes just like we used to. Yeah, because there's a little inactive jump pad here. Oh yeah, so it's go from here to there, and each base is gonna have a little thing. So that's most likely how it's gonna work. Here's another shot of the base. Oh yeah, because here's your little base. That's your flag, which you can take over the enemy. Oh yeah, let me remove myself here. So here you got a little flag, which you can lose possession, and you can take the other team's flag, which can gain you points. And here's a little jump pad. I think for here, these are just little lights, so you don't have to worry too much of what are these things. And you just have those. And before we go on, one thing I do want them to do, so with all the other ones, since they're bringing this back, I'm very curious if we're going to get a 100 win achievement to like win 100 matches and get a mount or get outfits like the Seal Rock or the other two, because that's one reason why no one really cared about this game mode, is that there's just no reason to play it. All the other ones had some kind of cool unlockable for playing it a bunch, and this one just didn't. And I hope they do add some kind of 100 win achievement or something for playing this match a lot. Also, another thing, when they added the Dash Parade or whatever the Awesome Step PvP map is, they had that locked in for like an entire month or the entire patch. I really hope they don't do that with this mode and just let it be in the cycle, and the cycle just goes on like normal. Though now we do have to go to, if you're farming one specific game mode, you do have to wait 4 days, since there now will be 4 different game modes, as opposed to we currently have 3. So that's the thing, and hopefully this isn't locked in for months at a time. Next, we have the new dungeon, the Underkeep. So this is going to be Alexandria Castle. Looks like in the Everkeep. Looks like at the bottom of the Everkeep. So most likely they just built Everkeep around the castle that we saw in the final Dawntrail dungeon. And we have definitely a boss arena. We have some boxes. Looks like a dance hall. We definitely have the little pathway, some staircases, definitely very 19 coded. Or 19 code. Final Fantasy 9 coded, I mean. Next we have the Arcadian Cruiserweight title. So we have a new cat boy who's definitely going to be one of the bosses we have to deal with, who has cat friends, who's most likely I'd say he'd probably be cat thing, but there's Black Cat in the back, who also had cat powers. Or did she have cat powers? Or was it Corel's? I actually don't remember what form she took. We have us in the background, and there's Brute Bomber with all the cute kitties. So there's that. So we have more things. We have a Lalafell, very pink and black with some spray paint. So that's gonna be fun. Have to figure out whatever beast soul she's dealing with. Though it will be interesting if there's like spray paint as part of the mechanic. But as a notable mechanic, we are definitely going to deal with the disco arena. We got the disco ball. And yeah, this is gonna be a stage. So we definitely see very light up like outer edge and a non-light up edge like in the middle here. It's kind of hard to see. with the velvet rope. Yeah, Bunny Boy disco time. So yeah, there's that. Enjoy the soundtrack to these fights. But we do have our next trial, and that is Recollection, which is pretty much Beatrix from Final Fantasy IX. You know, Otis was essentially Steiner. Speen is Garnet. So while it most likely won't be named Beatrix, it has the rose in the background. It's got the hair. It's got the armor, sword. It's Beatrix. Though here we got. We'll go back to this picture. You can definitely see the like hair covering the eyes. So yeah, it's not hard to see what they're going for. New Unreal, we will be having Suzaku. They're all kind of molding together. But just get ready on the Simon Says pad and have fun with DDR. Hopefully this fight won't be too bad in Party Finder. Thankfully, Byaku, not so bad. Next, we have finally the content that they actually been talking about, of like actual big content that people have been waiting for, is Cosmic Exploration. Collaborate with players from your world as you explore the cosmos, and new activity designed for crafters and gatherers. So this is pretty much going to be like the Firmament and Diadem from Shadowbringers. So we will discover a new star ripe for exploration in each major patch of the 7.x patch series. So we're going to get this one, or 3, so we'll get 4. So 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And right here, just the moon. I guess the moon is just the first one, which I guess we start out with like a base of operation on the moon and then go to other planets, I would assume, instead of just starting on an alien planet. But we just got a whole bunch of nothing. And then I don't know if this is the same area, or this is just before or after. But this also makes me wonder, how big is this map gonna be? Because with Diadem, that was a whole game mode originally, and they just didn't want to throw away the map, so they kept this whole giant map. Is this gonna be as big? Because also it probably might not need to be that big, especially since it's just gathering. It's just gathering and crafting. But you have little craters and nurture the development of planets by completing missions and events as a community. So with Diadem and the Firmament, as you turned in more stuff, as you turned in more crafted stuff, you would gain points server wise, and you do a little mini fate, and you would build up part of the Firmament. And here we have what will be, we have more empty, a little moon rover, which hopefully, we have a little moon rover down at the bottom here. Hopefully that's a map, or that's a mount. And we're probably going to be launching a little moon base. So, the moon base alpha jokes, just get ready, as we will be gathering and crafting for our Lord and Savior, John Madden. As you see here, there is a more improvement as, more stuff gets built on, which is a nice thing that they have, because this is one thing they did in A Realm Reborn and Realm Reborn and Heavensward, that with Mordona and Ildershire, they actually started out like really lame like this. Like, it's just barely like a few huts, a little thing, and at each patch, they would add more stuff, and then more buildings, and then more, like, bigger buildings, until the final patch where it just looks like the ones we have today. But with those, everything is all maxed out, and you always see the final version. Same with the firmament. This one, does it say? No? Okay, so what they wanted to do is that while the server will make progress together, there will be individual sense of progress, so that if you ever come back after this way later, I don't know why you're watching this video if you're coming 2-3 years after this patch, but if you ever take a break, you still have to do like your own amount of progress to like see the advancement, so it's not all just showed up all at the same time. Here I would assume little zip lines. Yes, zip lines, little platform. Oh yeah, it definitely looks kind of big, because you can see zip lines over here going way out over there, and you got all the like pinkish areas. It's gonna be very brown, gray, and orange, or brown. Yeah, brown, gray, black. Enjoy those colors. We have more little tube bases. Oh, we can't actually go in them. That's good. Kind of reminds me of Subnautica little tube bases. And more bases. And little mining bots. I don't know if this is gonna be like we had the cannon and diadem. If we get like, you get super gathering time with the mech. If you can like super gather, get like a ton of stuff. What you have with these big crystals behind it, which also kind of gives me like a StarCraft vibe of the little like, God, I don't remember what those were called, but like the Turin bots that did gathering. I'm curious if these are also called, was it Wangers? Whatever, from a front mission, which is a Square Enix property as well, which here we have a definitely space captain suit, which actually looks really nice. Little coffee mug as well. Little very shiny bag of space food. A kind of uncomfortable chair as well, very flat with a hole in the back. We have little hologram teleports here, which look pretty cool. That's probably how we're gonna get from planet to planet. So we got Star Trek teleporters. Here we have probably the very start of the area, or unless this is like before we go into the main gathering place. And here we have Naming Way, who will most likely be naming the new areas. I could only assume so. And next we have the other big important content that everybody has been waiting for, and that is the Occult Crescent. So this is our new Bajja zone. In the treacherous waters of a Shade's triangle lies the Occult Crescent, an isle shrouded in mystery. Should you wish to unveil its secrets, you must implore the unmapped terrain and battle against the island's inhabitants. Which here, I was worried that it would be, since it was going to be an island that was going to be very Eureka Animos looking. But here we have very Was it Lower Lenosha with all the Namian stuff? Which we have this picture. Here's the intro dock, which is definitely going to be like our like air base of operations, most likely. And here we have a little teleporter area. Definitely very Namian structures near a camp, like you would see in Camp Bronze Lake. So we'll probably get more lore stuff based on them. Here's the big Garula enemies from Final Fantasy V, which you've already have a Garula boss in forgot what dungeon, but we have one already. But they definitely want to go hard Final Fantasy V on this, so not surprising that this is going to be a, well, this looks like a basic enemy, so there's that. Definitely your Namian, you know, Camp Bronze Lake looking area, which we have a little like wing demon thing around here, but everything else looking very watery. Castle looking area, which may lead to the like dungeon area. There is a like what most likely will be the like final dungeon. Once you get max rank, you can join in with people. Here we have exploration front with danger. We got tigers or ligers, I think. Brachiosaurus. I'm glad we have. Oh, these are just normal Brachiosaurus. I want the giant ones like you had in Diadem. They were gigantic. Have some Void Scent enemies. The Liquid Flame, which since we want to go Final Fantasy V, this was a Final Fantasy V boss. This looks like it's going to be one of the, like, not the Fate bosses, but like the critical instances. Critical engagements. So I'd assume they'd probably have something like that. Engage in successive battles with small parties of allies. Join forces with your fellow adventurers in large-scale boss battles. Here's more. Yeah, you can see the gate area. Well, yeah, I would guess this is not a big enemy because there's no gate. There's no, like, you don't see a ring. This might be like a big, like one of the star enemies or something. Or possibly Fate boss or something. But here we got possibly like it's either like stone thing or Sin Eater possibly. I don't know. Here we have what's most likely the Gill Turtle. Which here we have a big old pile of gold on the ground. Everybody's getting launched up. So this was not a fun enemy to deal with in Final Fantasy V. So this is definitely going to be a fun fight to deal with. So there's that. You have some soldier enemies, lots of soldier enemies. So these enemies, I think if I remember right, these were one of the enemies you did like a lot of grinding for your AP to level up your jobs. So looks like they're getting revenge of all the grinding. And here we have challenge a raid with a group of up to 48 players. So here is our little post-game dungeon where people, looks like we're splitting into two. I don't, you know, there is 2 doors, but I think they both lead the same way. Because there's a door, like the end way to this pathway is right there. So if it like, and this doesn't look like it's going to curve off to the left, because at least if it went like this door goes left and this door goes right, they both just look like they're going up. So I thought there would be like an instant 24 groups, one splits left, one splits right. Because you know, if we had that, it'd be like 8 people go left, 40 go right because people just aren't communicating and people are stupid. I had that. So many people trying to deal with the prisoners. You have no idea. Seriously, the hardest mechanic was, hey, we're going to go southwest. We're going to go save the prisoners for southwest and then go southwest. How many people just went a different direction? It was so stupid. And we have orb. Well, I guess not orb, but shiny aura sight of some sort. Some kind of crystal. I don't know. We'll find out. This, I would probably guess, will most likely be a 0.5 patch stuff, where the cosmic exploration will be 7.2 like on patch, and this will be half patch, as is tradition with most relic stuff, because this is where we're doing our relics. And this looks like we might be fighting a demon wall, which I will actually kind of enjoy, just due to the fact that I never got to like actually fight the demon walls in like an actual challenge in the Realm Reborn dungeons where they were at. Okay, about leveling. To enter, players must have a Disciple of War or Magic at level 100, so it doesn't look like you're going to be leveling like you could in Bajja. Because I think even now, I think Bajja might be like the best leveling place. Which also did screw over stuff like Eureka Orthos. Dude, nobody did Orthos. Orthos is dead. Orthos is deader than Aerith. Aerith. It's like, you ain't Phoenix Downing the people that don't want to play Eureka Orthos. While exploring the Occult Crescent, players will be able to raise their knowledge level, greatly influencing the outcome of battles against the creatures on the Isle. Which, I guess that's like our power form, because we always had some kind of like leveling system. So we're gonna gain knowledge, and not sure if this is gonna be a statistical bonus or like maybe enemies just grow weaker after we kill a bunch more or something. Not really sure how that's going to work, but we'll probably get some more information on a later patch, most likely in the like 7.25 like live letter patch. This, we had the Logos actions, we had whatever the Eureka one was, or whatever. I think Logos action was Eureka and something. I forgot what the other actions were for Bajja. But either way, we'll not be getting those kind of actions. We'll be getting subclasses. So here on the Isle, players will have access to unique jobs known as Phantom Jobs. When equipped, they will grant players with new actions and be used with their main job. So here we have Phantom Freelancer, which does have, we will be leveling up these classes. Looks like, I think Freelancer is just the thing you have when you don't want to have a subclass. Normally the other older classes would have some kind of benefit, like once you leveled up the classes, once you leveled up all the other classes, it became like the super class. It could equip all the things. I don't think that's gonna be a thing here. I think the Freelancer is just gonna be the default starting class that you abandon immediately. We will get support actions. We'll be getting some kind of extra abilities, which they did show off. And they also have support traits here, which will get some, I would most likely assume, some kind of passive buffs. So if you have like the ninja class, you might like be able to go like just move faster or something of that nature. But with support action, we're straight up getting additional new skills. As we have here, we have, you don't need to see the text. We have Warrior. If Warrior is teamed up with Monk, you gain access to the actions such as Phantom Kick and Occult Counter, improving your offensive capabilities. But if you take the Phantom Job Bard here, you get gain access to actions such as Mighty March, improving your supportive capabilities. So I would guess any healing probably does more damage, but things that just an actual cross-class skills that we can have finally in this game, and not the terrible system that this game originally launched with. So the expected classes to get, I will remove myself again. We have Geomancer, Ranger, Berserker, Time Mage, Chemist, and Cannoner. And Cannoner was one of the extra classes from Final Fantasy V Advance. Now, one thing, because they showed this slide in the live letter, but they had a slide they showed with the Korean Fan Fest a while back. And they had this one, which showed all the different, a slide for the Occult Crescent, which is Crescent Moon Island is what Google Lens translates the Korean text in. I added the thing, so I added all the labels. With the extra classes, we have Knight, Time Mage, Thief, Oracle, which is also another Final Fantasy Final Fantasy V Advanced class, Monk, Cannoner, Freelancer, Bard, Samurai, which please give me Gil Toss. Please give me Gil Toss. Just like cost 10,000 Gil and just destroy all of your enemies. Just massive AoE will be so fantastic if that's a thing. We have Geomancer, Berserker, Ranger, and Chemist. So we have that to look forward to. So there's probably more classes, but this also depends on, like, is this the classes we're going to get to start with? And are we going to get more classes in the other areas as we go in? Or is it going to be, we're going to get a bunch of classes to start out with, but here's 2 classes. Here's like, a handful more classes. So we'll have to wait and see, but I would most likely assume other, like, Dragoon, Ninja, White Mage would be, classes we could pick. So there is that. So I would assume these would be all starting ones, since they did show this off in the Korean Fan Fest when they were talking about the Occult Crescent for them. So there's that. With this, we have the weapon enhancements. So with the relics, in the patch 7.x patch series, 2 methods will be available for weapon enhancements: exploring the Occult Crescent, engaging with existing activities. So they're doing the Bajja thing. So you can, like with the Bajja relic, you can do all your relic stuff, relic grinding in Bajja, or you could do some things where, like, do Heaven's Ward Fates, do Palace of the Dead, and you had like a chance to get the items. Or the same step for Bajja was like run Delubrum Regine 15 times, or like get a luck chance at running Palace of the Dead. And then we have a random little collaboration event with, we're gonna get a camera emote. There's another little camera emote. You have the Fujifilm, what is it? Instax. So these are kind of like little oh crap, I'm blocking the thing. These are little Insta film cameras. I've seen these. They're really cute. If you ever seen a Polaroid camera, it's these, just like a modern version. So we're gonna get a little camera. So, you know, you can take pictures of people messing up mechanics, get them in 4K, send them to your loved ones. There will be a little collaboration thing on the Twitter. So stay tuned for the lodestone for a screenshot sweepstake on X to celebrate the Snap Happy collaboration, which I would probably guess maybe maybe some winners get some of these cameras. If not the normal, here's the cloud hairstyle and the Gallicat hat and the things of that nature. Next, we also have the Echoes of Vana'diel discount campaign. While it doesn't say here, it is 50% discount on your first sub. Warriors of Light who are subscribed to Final Fantasy XIV can receive a discounted basic service fee for Final Fantasy XI for 30 days. This is a great opportunity for those who have yet to step into Vana'diel or those who have been taking a break. Further details will be announced shortly. Yeah, it just says it's going to be 50% off. So whenever you actually pay for the subscription, it's $6. Is it 12? I actually have no idea how much 11 sub count is for. And we have Kokia's Don Tacos collaboration. This is gonna be a Japan only thing. They had a little box of stuff with some snack foods. So we're celebrating with taco flavored tortilla chips brand Don Tacos, who are celebrating their 30th anniversary. The collaboration sets Troll de tacos and other flavors. I mean, if these are sold outside of Japan, there's that. With just some extra flavors, with Dawn Trail stuff, and that was it. So that was it for the live letter. They did have a thing for the new clothing store or clothing line they had. I didn't get the pictures. It's actually already on the lodestone if you want to check out those. But if you want some women's clothing themed in Dawn Trail stuff, they do have a cool Ilmeg dress that looked cool. I mean, I'm not buying a dress, but still, it looked cool. But with that is 7.2. They will have a more detailed stuff in the, once we get closer to the patch 7.2 live or patch time, so probably mid March, which also you can also expect, since we do have a estimated date of late March, do expect the Moogle Tombstone event to also start late February, since it's usually 4 weeks from the next patch. So with usually one new item, usually a little glamour thing, and some easier to obtain mounts and minions and whatnot. So that is it for the patch information. So what stuff are you looking forward to? List in the comment section what you're looking for. What kind of stuff have you been waiting for? What would you like to see from this stuff? If there's anything, what classes would you like to see with the Colt Crescent, or how would you like it to play? But from that, I hope you enjoyed. Oh God, I hope you enjoyed this episode or this video. I've been Tsukuba Winters, and I hope you all have a very good day. Bye.